Here, got a little update for you. Got the fuel injection or the fuel pump injection assembly all wired up with the fuel filter in place. Was real simple. Same style fender bolt for the Toyota is the exact same thread for the factory mounting bracket. So I just flipped her around, drilled another hole, put another fender bolt through there, and there she is, sitting solid. Got the fuel pump primed and everything. Pretty much all set on the engine side. I need to get the right power steering fluid. The Volkswagen won't compress regular ATF, so I got to go grab some of that special Volkswagen fluid. My assumption is that the gearbox on the Toyota will take whatever fluid it's going to push through without issue. So put a new master cylinder on. I've still got to rebuild the calipers and go through the process there. Started to develop a leak in my gas tank, so I'm going to rip that out of there and get a fuel cell, I believe, or have it professionally welded up. Yeah, just not worth my time right now. I was going to save, you know, $100 by building my own, but apparently it wasn't worth it. So always buy something or have somebody professionally do it. I'm a fairly decent welder, but not when it comes to a gas tank. So anyway, setting up the flatbed. I'm going to be building up a nice channeled flatbed here. Let's see if you guys can see it. The two angles off the body mounts are going to be connected via a giant I-beam. I got that over here on the saw. That is a stout son of a gun. That is a big unit. It is heavy. There's my finger just to show you. I mean, that's some thick wall. So anyway, that's going to be the two main lateral beams that'll run from body mount to body mount, and then I'm basically going to build a big box out of that channel, and then I'll run some laterals across as joists, and then figure out what I'm going to do on top of that. Hopefully, if I built it right, I'll be able to weld my battery tray in right here. The battery can sit right there. I'm going to weld it to, I think I'm going to do like an exhaust clamp type thing. So when I need to change the battery, I'll be able to loosen up the exhaust clamps in this whole tray assembly. I should be able to tilt it to remove the battery. It's going to be kind of awkward, but honestly, once the battery dies, I'm only going to do that every, once for 5 years. Reaching underneath to get jumper cables to it's not going to be a problem, if that's the situation. But that was the general idea, was to make it so that it was not as easily accessible as in the engine cabinet, but also keep it up and out of the way. So I think it'll work. Like I said, we'll have to test it. We'll see what happens. Broke my mirror. Yeah, walked past it and my shoulder just checked it and it was done. So yeah, let's fire it up again. I think you guys hear it. I put a 45 angle on my exhaust outlet. Oh, that's right, I got the battery off. Duh. Sorry guys, the battery's completely disconnected. Anyway, so I put a 45 on there. I'll see if I can get a shot of that to build the exhaust. Let's see if I can get her in here. Yeah, so I welded up onto the flange there a little 2-inch tube at an up and out angle from original, and just slipped that on there right now, but it comes down and it exits fairly nicely. At least I think it does. As you can see, it comes right past the slave cylinder there, and it'll come down and it'll come next to the transfer case brace here, and I'll use this old e-brake cable as a bracket for a rubber isolator for the exhaust, and I'll run it up somewhere in the back, or maybe just straight off the back. I don't really see the reason of running it straight up. I'm not going to be in that much water. So yeah, everything is going smooth. We'll get some underneath shots here. The anti-wrap bar that's on there, I'm going to have to probably figure out something else out for that. Maybe link it back towards the frame more, or to the T-case cross member. Haven't decided yet. I may end up just 3-linking this or 4 linking the rear and 3 linking the front. Haven't decided, so I'm just kind of leaving it there for now. We'll just drive it around, see what it does. As you can see, it's dangerously close to the AC line, so before I start flexing, I'll have to take that AC line off, since I'm not using it anyway right now, and I'll have to make some caps to cover that pump, just until I get that pulley replacement that Daco sells, just a rolling pulley that sits in its place. So yeah, I got the battery cable run, everything's set backwards. I'll get some better, let's see if we can get some pictures of the mount, transmission mount here. Like I said before, I don't recommend doing that. I would just build a new cross member. Using the factory one is more pain than it's worth. At the time I was crunched for time and money for my project, and so I finally got about 2 weeks between projects that I actually will have to work on this. I ordered 37 12 50 15 creepy crawlies for this. There should be here by the end of next week. The shipping date said Friday, so we'll see what happens. I'm hoping to get those mounted to the rims that I got. I just got some black steel 15s that I had off of another 85 that were in great shape. They're pretty much rust free, but they're old, so don't really care. Just want to get them on there. You know, I figured I will use the 37 12 50 15 creepy crawlies until they're done, and then go up to like a 17-inch rim or beadlock or whatever. It depends on what I end up doing with the truck. I haven't decided yet. So as of right now, I'm just building it to run, drive, survive, and do a little bit of off-roading. The discussion I had on Pirate 4x4 with some guys about gear ratio. Wanted to put lockers front and rear, and I was going to order them, and then I thought to myself, well, wait a minute, now I got a diesel. Am I going to have to step up to a 529, or do I got to go to a 571 or maybe a 488? So the discussion's been open on that. Some guys are saying, you know, just run it and see what happens, which will probably what I'll end up doing. But yeah, any input you guys have on that would be great. You know, I'm hoping to be around 2,000 RPMs, 37 creepy crawlies, which are what I've heard is about 35-inch tire size. So, you know, I don't think I'll need much, especially with that diesel. Pushing the tire is not the problem. Just making it drivable down the highway, or not really highway, but 55 miles per hour speed, 100 kph kind of range would be nice. So the truck's looking pretty sweet. I'm pretty excited. I wanted to stay with the Toyota front bezel and everything, but I have a feeling once I switch over to a front mount intercooler, all of that's going to have to go anyway. And by that time, hopefully, all my fenders will be smashed in and destroyed by rollovers and fun times. So I won't care at that point. But anyway, guys, just to update, look for some more within the next 2 weeks. Like I said, I got the time off to do stuff, so I'm going to be doing it. We are in the middle of the move, so the reason I'm rushing this is I actually have to get this out of the way, out of my shop here, because we're looking to relocate here as well. So a whole lot of big moves for me and my family. So stay tuned, guys. Like, comment, subscribe to stay updated. I'll keep you posted. We'll be doing some driving tests here after the creepy crawlies are put on, because when I'm taking the tires off, I'll do all the brakes, and we'll see you then.